Yeah, the views that are shared are our views. Welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. We're almost done with September. We're on September 22nd here on Wednesday. I'm here. Todd's here. We thought we offended somebody when Pedro told us about that, but apparently it wasn't us. So
yeah. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was me. I'm known as the ruffle feather, the feather ruffle I meant. So you know, it's all good though.
It wasn't us. Yep. We ain't do it. Well, we got a lot to talk about. NFL Week 2 going strong. This past Sunday, there was a bunch of wild games that happened.
I like where the NFL is right now because it seems like it's a lot of parity. Even some of the bad teams are sneaking out some wins and showing that they improved. So I think it's dope, man. And some of the teams that you expect to be good, like my Raiders, right now they're starting off kind of slow. I hope they can get back to it.
Yeah, give it like a couple weeks. Give it a couple weeks.
I mean, but
we need to enjoy this now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're gonna give you a couple weeks where you just see
a whole split.
Yeah, pretty much. But the Patriots do what they do, bounce back after a loss. They seem to always beat Pittsburgh. I don't know when the last time Pittsburgh ever. I think 2008 was probably the last time Pittsburgh beat them, and that was when Brady was hurt.
Yeah.
I legit think that was the last time they actually beat him.
I'll be honest, bro. I don't think anybody should lose to the Steelers this season.
Well, they got confusion at quarterback. They don't.
It's just that, like, once again, when you relied so heavily on the Hall of Fame, you know what I mean, Ben, and now you have somebody, Trubisky, who is still trying to find his way in the league. He's still trying to figure it out. It's tough, especially when that organization is a high-caliber organization and they expect success or at least to stay afloat. You know what I mean? And they were always in playoff contention. So that being said, I just think this is probably one of the worst years for them.
I just don't know I don't know if they know what their identity is. To be honest, I don't know if they want to be a smash mouth, run the ball football team because they got the running backs, or they want to be a new, this age and era type of offense with the spread offense and passing the ball. I don't know what they want to do on offense. It seems like they don't know what they want to be on offense. They be like, we think we're a running team, but we kind of want to pass more.
Bro, just remember how long they had been? It's just kind of like when you first just got a relationship. You know what I mean? Some of your rebounds might be a couple bad ones. So they're just trying to figure it out.
And you know what the crazy thing is with Ben? They heavily relied on the run, especially early on, and then sets up the play action. They heavily relied on the running game. But even when they had all those receivers, they still.
But they also had quality running backs and a quarterback that you always had to watch out for. So it was an even balance of being able to keep the defense on their toes. Because even when Ben started, they still had Jerome, right? His last couple of years, right?
They had him.
He retired. Yeah, with the Bears.
They had him for 3 years.
All right.
Yeah, I think they played. Yeah, I think
got a Hall of Fame running back who was known for kind of carrying the Steelers for the most part, because they've always kind of been up and down with their quarterbacks.
Up and down. So understatement.
So when Ben got there, he was a solid quarterback, regardless how we personally feel about him. As an athlete, as a professional football player, my bad, I'm wild today. Meetings. Professional football player, he was great for them. So they're just trying to figure it out, and they got to find the guy or figure out a new scheme.
Well, they got a couple more weeks because they got a rookie. They got a rookie who's supposed to be somewhat decent, but I mean, I wouldn't rush him in there. But back to the Patriots once again. Defense. Their defense has been doing their things throughout these first 2 weeks. Offense got one big play, that 44-yard touchdown pass. But, yeah, their offense is just like, we're a work in progress right now. A major work in progress.
Yeah, they're still trying to rely heavily on the pass because that's what the Pats have been known for. That's been our identity. But you got some guys that can get some yards on the ground, so we need to put emphasis on doing that a little more because, I like Harris getting 15 carries, but he needs more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially when the quarterback is looking a little shaky right now to start the season. I don't know what's up with him, but he's a little shaky right now with some of his decision-making. And
I just think it's just too much pressure for some of these guys. You got these guys throwing over 30 passes when they really should be eased in, especially at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? So I don't fully understand what's going on with the Pats, and a lot of people don't either. So hopefully,
I do. Yeah, I mean, it started off in preseason. You don't know who's even calling the plays on offense, but yeah, right now it's just the offense just looks like they just look like they're stuck in their own ways. And, and you were able to get 17 points off one big play. Defense was able to do what they were doing last week, minus that one play that happened against Miami. But, yeah.
But isn't that always like an issue with football compared to like certain sports like basketball? You can adjust your offense based on your talent level and what you have, your personnel. In football, like you pick your personnel just based on these spots you need to fill for your offense. You know what I mean? So I feel like they don't want to adjust.
Yeah, they need, but man, I've been saying that for years. Their offense, I've been saying that since 2018. They need
I just heard
they had Brady there.
I just heard it was more of a football thing, just in general. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because yeah, because basketball, you need a bucket, give it to the bucket getter. Football,
yeah.
Unless you got that one guy, oh, I need a first down. He down there. So only a few teams got like playmakers like they like, oh, I'm just gonna throw the ball in that area. I'm just gonna throw it up and the receiver is gonna make a play. So there's only a few teams that have playmakers like that on their team. But good for the Pats getting that road win. A win's a win, no matter how it comes. The 1-1 coming home, and they'll be taking on the Ravens to open the season. Speaking of the Ravens, they were up 28-7 or something like that, or going into the fourth quarter. I fell asleep, and I woke up, and I woke up to the tail end, and I saw the last Dolphins drive, and I'm just like, what were the Ravens doing? What were the Ravens defense doing in that fourth quarter? Because you just give up a whole 28 points in the fourth quarter? Right, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. Granted, kudos to the Dolphins for showing that the coach is definitely shifted in the right direction. Definitely are, because nobody would ever imagine the Dolphins ever coming back down 21.
You are correct.
So kudos to them, but hey, they were making plays, continuing drives. Baltimore only went 3-10 in third downs the whole entire game. Miami went 7 for 11. Yeah. So they just kept pushing forward and finding the right guys and making the right decisions.
Scored 10 points in the second half, and you give up 28 in the fourth quarter. That is just, for any defense, that is just embarrassing. I mean, very, very embarrassing.
What also is embarrassing is that they're still, it's kind of like, I feel like Baltimore is almost insane, and they, same actions, expecting different results. You know what I mean? And Lamar, still your leading rusher. Only rushing 9 times. Granted, he had 13 yards of carry, but I just don't like him getting, you got like four more attempts than your actual running back. So I'm telling you guys, you have to save this man because his usage rate is going up again.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, you just seen it?
Yeah.
That's my point. Like, you have to save that man. You have to save him. Be smart with Lamar, please.
And the crazy thing is, I don't know what play calling they were doing in the fourth quarter, because, that's when they were actually up 35-14 going into the fourth quarter. I don't know what play calling you're doing, but that's usually the time where there comes a point in the game where you got to hand the ball off, milk the clock, make them use timeouts. And they did none of that. And it was just like, okay, they just had a complete brain fart, meltdown, however you want to call it. But you gotta give Tua a lot of kudos, because a lot of people didn't think he had this in him.
I feel a lot of people have been skeptical once he got into the league. He was injury prone in college, but the man was terrific when he was playing. He was amazing. So now it's like, all right, is it just one great game? Or this is what we're, in store for in the future?
Yeah.
Because, granted, throwing the ball 50 times is crazy, but when you're 36 for 50, keep slinging that thing.
And when you down by like 21, you ain't got no choice.
And then you're 100% on fourth down. You go 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Like, everything, they were clicking on all cylinders. He had 6 TDs, 2 intos, which is more than understandable when you're throwing the ball that many times. But for you to only have 2 intos, throwing the ball 50 times, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, and none in the fourth quarter. They ain't turned the ball over in the fourth quarter. It was good. So, the Ravens it's just an ugly, not an ugly loss. It's just like, you got to look at your defense at some point. I'm like, because I'm like, offense, we gave y'all 35 points. We spotted y'all 21-point lead. We ain't need to do nothing else.
And Miami put the whole league on notice that, we coming.
Like, yeah. I think they got a matchup with the Bills coming up. I think that's been the both 2-0 team. That's actually this weekend. Them and the Bills. It's in Miami, so that should definitely be a good matchup to watch right there. All right. Oh, and another one. Did you see this one? The Jets.
Seen some of it.
So the Browns doing Cleveland Browns things. They were up 31. They were up 31 to like 17 or something, or 30 to 17 with a minute 55 left. I saw the score and I'm just like, oh, that game's over. Then I saw who won the game. I'm just like, what in the world happened?
I don't know if you mean the Jets or Flacco, but when I saw Flacco, I said, yo, he still plays? I be forgetting he's still in there, but then, I'm not going to lie, I was like, man, now I see why he still has a job.
He's good for at least one of these.
I mean,
he's good for one of those.
Granted, his defense was great. He did make it to a Super Bowl, but he wasn't a bum that year. Mm-hmm. And he has some talent, but sometimes you forget when a guy's a backup and they don't talk that highly of him about his starter when he was his career as a starter. When he comes in there and he reminds you why he was a starter, though.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, all right. Like,
yeah, definitely. I agree because he's got at least one. He's got good one of these type of games in him every year, just a good one. And then after that, he's just gonna be like, well, we got that one good game out of him, so.
I mean, and now you're playing with the Jets, so they might only let you get one.
Yeah, pretty much. But for the Browns, it's just like. This is the type of thing that would only happen to the Browns. You know, they get the Nick Chubb gets the late touchdown there, thinking he sealed the game. He could have just took a knee, but I mean, I get why he scored. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'd be thinking the same thing. But
money.
Yeah, there are incentives in that contract. But so he talked about it. He's like, maybe I should have took a knee, but you got a game-sealing touchdown, and your defense gives up 2 touchdowns in the span of a minute and 22 seconds. That's Cleveland Brown curse for you. That's just.
No, that definitely is. that because before the Browns were known for not even being able to score.
Yeah.
So now that they still have a good offense, come on, D.
Yeah, and you look at it because when he got that touchdown, it was like a minute 55 left. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what happens after? They go 2 plays. The Browns go 2 plays and they get a touchdown, just off 2 plays. Then they get the ball back. They get the ball back with like a minute left, and they go 9 plays. So it's like, wow. Only in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Only in Cleveland. Ooh. And you would think this is the type of stuff Baker would happen with Baker Mayfield on, but it just don't matter who's under center in that one.
Yeah, he lucky guy out there.
I mean, he might want a good back there, the way he's been playing and the way the Panthers are looking with him. Not looking good for his reputation over there in Carolina, Baker.
I mean, remember I told you, like I felt that he'd only be as successful with the Browns, and that's kind of like the only franchise that was really gonna work.
He had all them weapons. Another one that went into overtime. This one was kind of hilarious. The Cardinals and the Raiders, I watched the last couple minutes of that. I see Kyler Murray get the touchdown. I'm like, okay. Then it goes into overtime. I'm like, the first fumble Renfro did, I was like, okay. Then the second one, I was like, you know what? That was just kind of foreshadowing because I'm like, wow. Wow.
Yeah, man. I know I was watching him with Hard Knocks. He was a rookie. They was giving him a hard time saying he looked like a guy in the office or a lawyer or something or somebody's doctor or something. And now, man, you got to redeem yourself this weekend, bro, because you can't be known for fumbling. Especially when they're bringing new guys in every year that are probably just as talented, maybe a little faster, maybe a little taller, maybe a little stronger. Yeah. So we get it. He's kind of like a slot receiver for the most, right? Kind of like a kind of like a what's the guy from the Pats?
Who, Amendola?
Like Wes Welker. Yeah, Amendola type receiver.
Edelman.
Yeah, so meaning you got to be reliable.
Yeah, you definitely got to be reliable, especially in overtime. Especially this was a chance because the defense had already stopped them, and now it's your offense chance. You guys all you needed a field goal. You were getting there. Just value the football because sports is a game of inches.
That's a big difference between being 1-1 and 0-2.
Yeah.
It's tough to come back from 0-2, especially in that division.
Yep.
That's one of the toughest divisions every season.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, guys, you got to just tighten up.
You got to do it.
But the Cardinals, they played a well-balanced game, man.
Yeah.
Like overall, like their first downs, you know what I mean? That's one thing Vegas got to work on. Because they were getting it done on the ground, but weren't getting it done in the air.
Yeah.
And I mean, Arizona had 11 first downs rushing and 13 passing. And then they got 4 penalties because both of them was acting foolish. With 22 penalties combined. So we just got to just tighten up as a whole.
Yeah, the Raiders, they're just going to look at this and kick themselves in the foot for that fourth quarter, the fourth quarter that they put up. I mean, you up 20-0 as well. Like, you can't just – it seemed like they eased up. And they stopped. They took their foot off the gas.
I'm glad you said that because Arizona went 3 out of 5 and 4th down, so I feel like they might have eased up.
Yeah.
Because there's no way it should have been completing that many 4th downs.
There's no way it should have. Yeah, this game should have been over, especially as bad as Kyler Murray was playing early on. Like, you got to take advantage of that. When bad quarterbacks are playing bad, just put them away. But they didn't do that, and in the end, you get one of an exciting ending.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah, they had Raiders fans popping champagne and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that, man. They don't know that's just like jinx is real.
Yeah.
Jinx are like real things. Like you gotta like.
I just think them folks were probably just there in Vegas and like having a good time at a game and like let's pop champagne.
Nah, I don't.
Terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea to stop popping champagne before a game's over. So
yeah, you just don't do that.
Especially in the second week of a season.
Yeah, you just don't pop champagne in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
And it's visible.
With all them cameras around.
Yeah.
All right.
It just looks bad.
All right. Okay. Another AFC West matchup: the Cardinals and the Chiefs. This was an exciting game. Quarterbacks were dueling it out, and then one quarterback made the costly mistake. Turnovers is the difference between winning and losing. The Chargers were knocking on the door. And then pick 6, 99 yards the other way, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, I think everybody saw it. It's like, why'd you even throw it to him, to the tight end? Because he was tired. The tight end was tired, and because he asked to be subbed out before the play, but they were going up tempo, and then and you could just, if you see the replay, he was just like, he was gasping. He didn't run the route strong. Cornerback read the play. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
Well, that's when, as a leader, you have to know your personnel, especially in those moments. You got to see who's tired. I mean, but that comes with experience. You know what I mean? Maturity in the league. Granted, he's getting better as a leader because he's a great quarterback. But you just got to. Those are the little details you got to understand about your play, especially the big play guys. Your running backs, your wide receivers, and your tight ends. You got to understand like who gets more fatigued. How many plays can they go in a row before they gassed? You know what I mean? But overall, great game. Remember I was talking about the Chiefs, how they start out great, and how Mahomes gets away with certain things with kind of lesser competition. And you see he almost lost this one. Kudos to the defense, though.
This is how the Chiefs are going to play. There's going to be games where they put up 40, and then they go. These are the type of games they're going to be in more often than none, though.
Yeah.
These type of games right here. So just winning them is, you got to win them ugly, win them pretty. As long as you win them, and as long as you don't turn the ball over, you're going to win it.
I just looked at overall stat-wise, too. It seemed like the Chargers was kind of beating them almost in everything. So
yeah, the Chargers, but this is the Chargers.
No, but I'm saying it's one of them games like they should have lost this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I mean like the Chiefs start off so well, and then they kind of fall off. So I was kind of like surprised that the intel happened. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I was surprised at the intel because they were when you rushing, when you don't need to be rushing a play or whatever, when you don't, there's absolutely no reason for you because you got all the time in the world. You got a first down. Just take your time. You just got the first down. Take your time. Maybe call a run play or something. Yeah. Switch it up. But this is also has been the Chargers for like the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, that's
they do these type. They have these type of games. They play so well throughout the game, and then you look at the stats and you'd be like, how'd they lose the game? And then you'd be like, oh, okay, that's how they lost the game.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking the whole time. And shout out to Mahomes, hitting 10 receivers. I don't see that too often.
Yeah, I mean, they got to do that receiving by committee because, you got the speedster, he's gone. So.
Yeah, that's dope, though.
Yeah.
Gives guys more opportunities.
2-0 on the season.
And it's hard to game plan with 10 receivers.
All right, Monday Night Football, the Bills, they're putting the league on notice. So I'm still just, whatever the Bills do is what they do. I'm still just like, I want to see it. I want to see it in the playoffs because we've seen them have these crazy games last year. put up all these points, and then when it came down to it, they couldn't get the win. You could say, oh, because their offense didn't get to touch the ball or whatever. They still, they still have yet to reach the mountaintop.
End of the day, they're walking out of the tunnel into the bus, losers. So that's how I look at things.
Me too. There's no moral victories in football. There's no moral victories in sports at all. Like,
I watched this game. I don't remember anything from it.
me either.
The announcers they didn't even care to call the game that much.
Yeah.
Like the way they were talking, like we was all just waiting for the next game to come on.
Yeah, I watched the first quarter. Then when it was 10-7 and nobody was scoring, I'm like, all right. And then after that, I changed it. I
didn't write anything down.
Not me either.
I just watched it and was like, all right, this is slacking.
Yeah.
This is bad. Tennessee wants to throw this tape away. This is one of them games like in college. Like you get smacked one game, it's like, we'll throw that tape away.
Tennessee.
It's not over.
Well, Tennessee need to figure out what they're going to do with the quarterback because they do have a nice young quarterback. But he's a rookie, granted, so I think they're going to take their time with him. But Ryan Tannehill.
How many intos he throw?
I don't know, but he's not good.
It was 3, right?
No, that was Kirk Cousins. He threw 2.
Yeah. All right, well.
They might as well be the same person because they played the same. Ryan Tannehill, what his ceiling is, right? You know what his ceiling is. He's not going to do anything more or anything less. He's just going to be there, and you're going to get some wins with him, you're going to get some loss, but don't give yourself high expectations with him as a quarterback. So we go see what happens. But the Bills, all this offense and the defense is playing great too. So we'll see what happens when they start playing teams the same caliber or the same level at them, because their schedule does ramp up a bit. So, Tennessee, yeah. All right, we're gonna go to Craig. No Huddle with Craig. Then we're gonna come back, talk some more NFL. We don't got no interviews this week, so we got some more stuff to talk about. So interview next week probably, but none this week. So Craig with the No Huddle, start him and sit him, and then we're gonna come back.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy Craig. Got to do it from in the car. Busy day coaching football, so got to do it that way for you. So let's start off with my starts and sits of the week. Listen, I'm about to go all sleeper list. All, bang or bust. You know what I'm saying? Boom or bust. All these guys. I'm thinking this has got to be the week that they score a tutty. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't score a touchdown this week, these are guys I would suggest dropping. But I think this is going to be the week because just when you're ready to count out a player, that's the week they score 1 or 2 tutties. So, on my list, starting off, the biggest dud of the season thus far, 2 games in, going up against the Texans, Darnell Mooney. 2 total passes caught, maybe 3, all season for the first 2 weeks of the season. His draft value was way higher, and I think the Bears throwing the least amount of passes this season has something to do with that. But I think we're gonna see a bounce back against the Texans. Isaiah McKenzie going up against Miami. Baltimore has been slaughtering it. They have some good corners. So Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs, they're going to have a lot of trouble. So look for Dawson Knox and Isaiah McKenzie to maybe take advantage of these open looks. So with that being said, Isaiah McKenzie and I believe Dawson Knox, who kind of recovered from week 1 with week 2 in PPR, almost getting 10 points. But look for him to maybe be another player who scores a tutty. Devonte Smith has been all but absent for the Eagles. And they're going up against the Commanders. This is going to be a division shootout, and I like Devonte Smith in this game. Someone who's not so much a dud based on the fact that you picked him up on the waiver wire, Richie James. Going up against Dallas. Dallas defense has been looking kind of tough. Kadarius Toney is not going to be on my list, but I do like Richie James. Dude knows how to get open and gain separation, and I believe he will maybe even get a touchdown in this game. For running backs, I got Josh Jacobs going up against the Titans. Josh Jacobs has just been kind of okay so far. You probably drafted him as your number 3 running back unless you slept on running backs, and he's your number 2, which would be really weird. In my league, he's definitely like a 4 or 5. So I think Josh Jacobs going up against a beat-up Tennessee Titans that got embarrassed by the Bills. I think the run game is going to go off. Dameon Pierce, highly touted running back for the Texans, going up against the Bears, who have just been, they won their first game, but they've been kind of shaky, So I like Dameon Pierce to cross the goal line in this matchup. Breece Hall, day one, he's been looking fairly good. He did get his first touchdown this past week. I look for him to improve on that and score another touchdown. They're going up against Cincinnati. Defense has been very hit or miss. Offense has been a little shaky. Look for the Jets to capitalize. Cam Akers, you've been hoping and praying that he'll be the number 2 running back that you drafted him at because you weren't thinking smart when you did that. But anyways, I think it's time for him to resurge going up against the Cardinals. A lot of drama going on over there. So let's look at Cam Akers to be a shining light. For tight ends, I already told you, Dawson Knox going up against Miami. I like him. Kyle Pitts, one of the best, if not the best athletic tight ends in the league. It's time for him to start making a splash, and this is the week he does it, going up against Seattle Seahawks. Evan Ingram going up against the Chargers. Yeah, it's kind of a tough defense, but due with the fact with their corners, tying up the wide receivers, look for Evan Ingram to shine a light. Matt Stafford going up against the Cards is a no-brainer. Joe Flacco going up against Cincinnati is my sleeper pick of the week. Yes, he had a great week last week. Look for him to capitalize on it once more. Derek Carr going up against the Tennessee Titans. And I like the Steelers' defense going up against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, very shaky, and I think they're going to pull it out this week and put up some big numbers for you. Do not play anybody in the Broncos game. Just going to be a lackluster game altogether. Until next week, see you on No Huddle here on After the Whistle.
All right, and we are back. There was a fight in the Superdome. Saints and the Bucks were going at it. Mike Evans said, "What do you expect me to do as Tom Brady? What do you want me to do?" I'm like, well, he got a point. He got a point. They suspended him one game.
Yeah.
But that was also he don't like Marshawn Lattimore. That's like this is the second time those two have put the hands on each other and got the fisticuffs in the game. So this ain't the first time these two have fought. So
sometimes it just be like that, man, I guess.
Hey, man, you got to stick up for the quarterback. You got to stick up for the Hall of Fame quarterback, even if the quarterback was the instigator and all that. But still,
don't matter.
You got to
talk about that in the locker room. And I mean, if he gets fined, I'm hoping Brady pays for it.
No, he's probably gonna pay for it.
The least he could do,
Yeah, but this game, I know, we talk highly of Jameis Winston here, as far as on the field and stuff like that, because he's an entertaining one. But he was doing Jameis stuff.
Bro, he's been doing Jameis stuff the past couple weeks, bro. He just got lucky. Week 1. So let's be real.
It's like Jameis can value the football, man.
It's kind of like, I feel like when he's a starter, he doesn't appreciate being a starter. Because when he's a backup, he appreciates when he's out there because he be performing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, bro,
what is you doing?
You get the keys, you crash it. But when you in the passenger seat, you great with directions.
Right.
And then when I need a designated driver, you get where I need to go. But golf being at your own car, bro, you crash out immediately.
Listen, it wasn't.
Crazy.
It was a 10-point game. It was like it was still a winnable game. They still had a chance in the fourth quarter, and then boom, interceptions going the other way for a touchdown, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin right there for them. So it's like this was a defensive game. All you had to do was not turn the ball over. Your team would have had a chance to win, and then that happens. But the Bucs, that's 2 weeks in a row. We've seen it. Their offense got one touchdown, but they didn't turn the ball over, and they played solid. They ran the ball. They did enough passing. It was like they just had balance.
Yeah, they're trying to save Brady's legs. You know what I mean? Try to save him maybe a couple more years. Plus, this game was going how it usually goes for Tampa Bay until the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Because I was even like, oh, in the fourth, okay, all right, they finally figured it out because it was going how it always went.
Yeah. I also forgot to add the Saints had 5 turnovers. Five. They had they lost 2 fumbles. They fumbled the ball 4 times.
I seen Ingram's pop up. Bloop, bloop. Are you serious? Like,
yes.
I forgot he played for them.
So yeah, the Saints were talking about self-destruction. They definitely self-destruct with that.
Yeah, but hopefully, they get back on track. I like the Saints. So all they gotta do is just value the ball. Just value the ball, fellas.
Don't trust him. That's all I would say. Don't trust him. Okay, Kirk Cousins. We're gonna go back to Kirk Cousins. I picked him up in my fantasy football league. I won the game though. But it wasn't because of him.
Now, question: did you pick him, or was he just left over? Because you out of all people, I'm surprised that he's on your team.
I dropped Matthew Stafford because he would look so horrible.
Ooh, I don't know.
In week 1,
Stafford
he just looked. Yeah. No, I had to drop. I'm like, I can't trust him. So
you want some leagues, so I know.
But Kirk Cousins, he's usually good. He's a good fantasy football player to pick up. He's good because he's gonna put up numbers. But then he's going to have this type of game right here on Monday night where it reminds you why a lot of receivers don't like him as their quarterback, and they'll request for trades and stuff like that. Who was he? He was throwing the ball to Darius Slay like he was his teammate. He was just handing them turnovers. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
That's what happens when you force Cousins to throw the ball over 30 times. Bro. 46 times. He almost threw the ball 50 times. 3 intros. You already know he's not the best on national television. Like, why are we, don't they have a stat? Cousins on national television?
I don't.
On Monday night and Sunday, on Monday Night Football.
I think he's 0 and 20 or something, 0 and 10 or something. He never wins primetime football games. I was just kidding.
It's too many cameras.
Yeah, I'm not. We're supposed to be talking about the Eagles, but I just want to get my frustration out on Kirk Cousins. I'm telling people, this dude is so bad when it matters, especially when it comes to an anticipated game. He's just so bad and he's just so scary.
And we would love to talk about the Eagles, but when somebody gives you the ball 3 times, it's kind of like, bro, he just gave you 3 touchdowns.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, kudos to the Eagles though. Hurts looked well. I mean, he played well.
Played well. I'm still skeptical on Hurts.
Yeah.
Especially when you gotta force him to pass the ball. I don't know how much he can actually, when you force him to beat you with his passing. I'm still skeptical on that. But as of now, at least they're making a concerted effort to run that football.
Yeah, man, you got it, man.
Shoot, they do a good job too. They might be the best team in the NFC East right now.
Hey, if you don't have one player that could just do it for you, you gotta be great at the plays you call.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Yeah, be a great play call.
Just don't run your quarterback to the ground.
Nope.
Just
do that.
Just do not
Baltimore.
do that. And then lastly, the Cowboys got their first win against the Bengals. Super Bowl hangover for the Bengals? What is it? Their offense? Their offense invested all that money into the offensive line, and it sure looked like they need to get their money back or ask for a refund.
Yeah, they're still adjusting to things, even though I don't understand how much of an adjustment it is from blocking on one field to another. I seen a meme about Burrow. It showed him at the Super Bowl, and the other one said him last year and him now, and they had Macaulay Culkin. Strung out Macaulay Culkin. I was like, damn.
Yo, they fouled. That's messed up. That's actually messed up.
But remember, though, the Bengals only been good for a couple years, so hopefully they're not relapsing.
It looks like it.
And, getting back to that Cleveland wave. The Browns and the Bengals, they used to hang out together. The Bengals got to the penthouse.
Hey, I'm saying, is there a quarterback controversy over there with the Cowboys? Because Cooper Rush out there.
Oh, that man was balling.
He was balling. Oh, back to the Bengals. Invested all that money in the offensive line. 6 sacks. They gave up 6 sacks.
Yeah, I know.
But back to Cooper Rush. This was his second time starting. I know this was his third or fourth, but the few times he started, he's actually played well, played a lot better than the quarterback that's getting paid all that money.
I didn't know he's He's like full redhead. He's like copper.
Yeah.
Shit,
He's like Andy Dalton's cousin or something.
Bro, man, it's darker than that, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I had to click on the picture. I'm gonna start calling him Copper Rush, bro.
Yeah, you might as well. But yeah, he did a good job. I'm just saying, I'm no quarterback controversy in that, but I'm just saying he's shown he's been able to handle himself a lot better than what Dak has been showing for the last 2 years. Well, yeah.
But he's also playing like he's trying to keep a job.
Yeah, that too. He's trying to play to stay in the league.
So once again, when you don't appreciate being a starter because you are the starter and you got a guy who's finally able to play, I need to see this opportunity and hopefully convince them that I should remain the starter. And that's how he's playing, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it too, especially if the money guy ain't getting it done or he's just, putting up all these yards as they're like down. They're down by double digits and stuff like that. So it's like, hey, man, get it together.
Man, that's like getting 25 and you get smacked by 40.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
All those points were like, they stopped playing defense.
Exactly.
The game was already over. All right. Is that it? Oh, that's it for the NBA. Let's go to WNBA where Asia Wilson was lit.
Yes,
After she was asking for 4 locals at 8 a.m. the other day. I think it was yesterday. Asking for 4 locals. I didn't know they still make 4. I don't know. They still have those in stock.
Oh, they got them everywhere. She's from the South though, so yeah, they big down south.
Oh yeah, this was the Aces' first WNBA title. It was big for them. I think Asia Wilson was named league MVP.
Probably.
She got league MVP. Now she got Finals MVP.
Who else you gotta give it to?
It was just their year. If you just watch this postseason, it was like once her and Chelsea Gray started getting going, and then Kelsey Plum's like a pit bull out there. Like those 3, once they got going, it seems like these 3 is better than whoever you put out there. Because, I mean,
that's their big 3.
Yeah.
There really isn't anything else to talk about. They play for Vegas, so I'm sure Vegas is gonna try to stay on top. It's the money state.
I mean,
they gotta bring them ladies in.
Yeah,
they built a great, team so far. So hopefully they can try to create a legacy.
Yeah, and they did this from drafting and free agencies, like good drafting and good free agent pickups, I should say.
And they had to go through injury too because Plum was out, with the ACL tear a couple years ago. So they had to wait their turn, and now they're on top. Yeah,
that's cool. Kudos to those women for accomplishing that feat. But yeah, it looked like they was having themselves a ball.
Yeah, they need to.
I mean, hey, you win a title in Vegas. I mean,
yeah, for one, you win a title in general, and it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas. You might as well, you celebrating until next season starts. So
I'm sure they don't gotta pay for anything. They better not.
Well, no.
As much money as granted, they're not the NBA, but I'm sure they brought some money to Vegas.
Yeah,
especially because I ain't gonna lie, if I'm vacationing in Vegas and it's during their season, I'm going to a game or 2.
And they sell out too.
They better sell out.
They get a good crowd.
Even
if they play these finals, they had each game.
I'd love to go.
We could have took the drive to Connecticut. But
we need to. Now we need to go this year because I need to go to Canterbury and visit because I get some messages randomly. I don't go to alumni events and all that, so I need to go. I just don't be feeling like I'm really a saint like that's their mascot, Saints. So it's like,
I definitely gotta catch a WNBA game. I just don't like driving through Connecticut.
Let's go next season, man.
My only issue, I hate Connecticut. I hate driving there. Bro. I absolutely hate driving there.
I know, I got no problem driving. My thing is, me, I'm one of those people, I don't like doing anything.
Yeah.
You know me, I'll complain and talk about doing, but once I'm there, it's never a problem with me, so I'll drive.
I hate driving. I told you when I went to St. Thomas More to watch a game.
That's far though, St. Thomas More. I think it's further than where I was at. I was in New Milford. That's only like 2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah, it's like in between.
It's
like in between. It's between that, where St. Thomas More is. Because I know I passed the exit to that school. And I was driving, and I'm just like looking around, getting mad, like, where's civilization? And then I see the campus, and I'm like, some of y'all really do this for 4 years?
My thing, I tell people, not kids, but I tell people like prep school kids, I don't feel like their parents really love them as much as like public school and like kids who you see every day. Because it's like after those 4 years, you see your kid for like 2 months out the year, they stay with you, but then you see them like throughout the year a little bit, but like you really don't even know your kid like that after 4 years. So like, if you got your kid in prep school, visit them, call them, make it like build the rapport. Just don't ship them there and talk to them here and there because you don't know what your kids doing in prep school.
Don't be like
Trust
Tony.
me, you don't know.
Don't be like Tony Stark's daddy.
In prep school, like I said, it's a whole different world, bro. Get it where you fit in.
He's fighting about Robert Conceição. They're fighting this Friday in Newark, New Jersey. That should be good. I don't know when was the last time Shakur fought, but did he knock somebody out?
Yeah, didn't we watch it?
He put somebody to sleep?
Yeah, I think so. So.
Oscar Valdez. He put Oscar Valdez to sleep. Yeah. Well, what Paige was telling me is this Robinson guy, he's not that bad of a fighter. He probably put up a good fight. But you're going against a beast, so you need a Super Saiyan strength or something.
You already know. I don't want to hear about nothing. Till somebody knock one of these young boys out.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Oh, and also Errol Spence and Crawford, they've agreed to get in the ring. No contracts have been signed, no date has been put yet, but there's an agreement there that a fight will be happening. Yeah, that's what
Nobody cares. That's like Pacquiao and Mayweather say, yeah, we're going to fight one day. And they got to wait years for that to happen. Like, nobody cares. Sign the paperwork and let's get it popping.
Yeah, right.
What y'all talking about?
19th of November.
Yeah. A couple months from now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Because that's like around the corner. Before they blink, it's going to be here.
Hey, if they're really serious about giving the people this bout that everybody want to see, well, they'll make it happen. Or else we'll just be like, well, guess we're going to have to see them fight when they're both 45 or something.
Somebody got to start something. I couldn't be no boxer because, like, if me and you were friends and we both boxers, I'm talking all type of trash to you after we decide we're gonna fight. Like, I'm letting you, I'm making you want to fight. Like, man, somebody got to start something. I need entertainment.
Be honest. Well, whenever that date is put in, whenever they agree on a date and papers are signed, we'll keep y'all updated on that. Oh man, we got a couple stuff. First up, college football. I went to Holy Cross over the weekend for their home opener. I didn't know it was homecoming weekend, and I'm like, oh man, that's why there's all these people on campus.
Are you guys able not to let last week's emotional victory kind of not let you guys have a setback this week? How are you guys able just to let that game go in the past and then bounce back and play all this?
Because we did it already once, right? We weren't going to do that again, right? I think I speak for everybody here that we say that we got off that plane on Saturday night and we were already moving on.
Matt, what did you see on those 2 touchdown passes on the first one and then on the second one to Jalen in the third quarter?
The first one to Ayer, it was just, the first safety went with Justin, leading Ayer with a great matchup on the nickel, and we were able to just capitalize on that. And then the second one, Jalen made my job real easy. Just gave him like a quick little slant and he took it to the halves. So not much on my part really, but it's a great job by him.
What did you guys do on defense after they tied the game up? What adjustments did you make, or how did you guys just slow them down the rest of the way?
I think we just took a deep breath. I know we had a really good game plan going into the game, and they took the shot and they capitalized. Just take a deep breath, know that everything's going to be all right, and we're going to be okay, because we're a pretty experienced defense. I think that was really a big factor.
All right, we are back. Okay, quickly before we go into this next post-game interview and highlights, Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge, he hit 60 home runs. And the story in New York we don't like talking about the Yankees, but I guess we got to give props when props is due. 60 home runs, leads the league in homers. He's probably going to win the MVP, the league MVP. I don't care. I still hope they lose in the first round of the playoffs because I don't care about nothing about Yankee happiness. But kudos to him on doing this, and I always have to put without steroids. He doing this without steroids.
That's the main reason.
But he do look like he... he too damn big, man. He should be on the basketball court.
Yeah, was he like 6'7"?
6'9".
Oh, he's 6'9". Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah. Damn.
Right?
That's pretty tall.
Yeah. And also, Albert Pujols, he's 2 away from 700. He hit 698. I think he hit 698 last week. So there's still a couple weeks left in the regular season. He's 2 homers away from 700.
Like a Neanderthal.
Right?
Damn, he's 6'9". Oh, my bad. I'm still talking about Judge. Like, damn. Like,
Yeah, Judge is like 6'8", 6'9".
damn.
His teammate, Giancarlo Stanton, is like 6'7".
Yeah, I know he tall, but like
Yeah.
6'9".
Right. All right. But yeah, shout out to Albert Pujols. He's 2 away from 700. There's only a select few players that are in that 700 club. So for him to do it with no controversy at all, it's a really good look for him. Really good look for baseball too. And
Keep pulling him, brother.
yeah,
little joke we had before the show. Off his last little play off his last name. Y'all can figure it out.
post-game interview with Holy Cross wide receiver Jaden. Just check this out. This dude here, man.
All right, gentlemen, you guys came out slow first quarter, second quarter, y'all picked it up. I mean, what kind of change in that second quarter offensively?
I think we just started throwing the ball more, just starting to do what made us comfortable, not letting them dictate what we do, and know it showed on the field that who the better team was.
You got one on that trick play, you wrote that trick play. Is that your first time throwing it?
No, that's not my first time throwing it. I actually threw it my freshman year, but it was incomplete, so this time we got a little touchdown out of it.
Yeah, you got another touchdown over there. It's not just one-on-one you did on that one?
Yeah, it was a little design play to get me open, and it was a great block by Justin Shorter to get me free there, and then it just happened. It just worked out.
And you guys have been on a roll right now offensively. You got the ground game going on in the second half. How do you like how you guys are going coming off that emotional win last week and not letting us have that happen?
It's great. I mean, we just feel like after that first win, we just got to keep that momentum rolling. Nothing can slow us down now, so we're just looking for, big things to come in the future.
All right, and we are back. All right, look at highlights from the game. Check this out. Then we got high school sports stuff. All right, and we are back. First up, from Friday, Swampscott football head coach Bobby Serino after their win over English.
All right, Coach, defense, you guys first 3 or 4 turnovers in that. Offense turned those into points. What got you guys going? What was working for you guys offensively?
Well, usually we win the turnover battle. We get very upset when we turn the ball over. But Coach Bush had the defense thriving today, and we had one main goal, is play for one of our brothers that passed away, Mark Ryan, and his son played quarterback today, and he played stellar. He did everything that we asked out of him, and we came out with a win, and both teams are rebuilding, and English is doing a hell of a job, and we're trying to rebuild also.
And what does they say about your guys, playing for one of their teammates in the situation?
Well, it's been one hell of a long week, I'll tell you that. It's been a long week, He showed up every day at practice, and the kid's a class act all around. Just like his father and mother. Sister's great They have a really strong family, and they were rocks.
All right, and we are back. Okay, next up is Swampscott quarterback Zach Ryan. This was kind of, it was an emotional game for him because his father passed away.
Damn, man. Condolences, man.
Yeah, I think either the week of the game or the week before, his father passed away, and then the coach was saying he said he didn't have to play if he didn't want to, like he was giving him time. But I think the dad was on the coaching staff and stuff like that too. So
I don't never like hearing about people losing parents, so definitely condolences to that young man.
Yeah, but he balled out though. He balled out. He balled out. Check this out. We're gonna come back, some interview, some post game, some highlights, and then we're gonna come back, wrap this thing up with top 10 plays and our picks. I didn't tally up the picks.
That first touchdown pass, how'd that feel? It was just perfect. Quick change, right? One play, kind of go for the dagger.
It felt good. I saw that one safety high. And I knew I just had to bait him if I looked left, and then I turned immediately right. And it's Elijah. It's one of our best receivers out there. And it's guaranteed, every time. It was awesome.
How were you guys able to just capitalize on their turnovers, and how were you guys able to just do that?
Well, we just knew, we just had to, and that was just it, and we all had that in our heads, and we all knew exactly what to do, which was very important. We knew the defensive look that they were giving us. We knew what the schemes they were trying to do, so we just had it all tonight. It was awesome.
A very emotional game for you.
Yep.
But how did you like how your teammates rallied around you, and you guys were able to focus and get the job done today?
Yeah, well, it was just awesome. Like I said, I wouldn't want to play for another team. Support here is absolutely amazing.
Congratulations on the win.
All right, hey, thank you.
All right, and we are back. Check out the high school football highlights, and we're going to come right back with our top 10 plays, and then we're going to do our picks. And we are back. Week 2, top 10 plays. Check these out. Okay, and we are back. We've come to the end. We're going to make our week 3 picks. I'm sorry, once again, I didn't tally up the picks from last week. So next week, I will tally up the picks from week 1, week 2, and week 3. All right? So next week, bear with me. There's a lot going on in my life.
Oh, me too, definitely.
All right, we're going to start this off. Thursday Night Football, Bengals, Steelers. This is in Cleveland.
I got the Bengals. They got.
I said Bengals, my bad. Steelers and Browns. My bad. Steelers and Browns in Cleveland.
Yo, did they just, I feel like, oh, no. Browns, man.
I'll go with Steelers because the Browns, for some reason, could never beat Pittsburgh. I don't know why. Houston at Chicago.
Houston.
I'm going with the Bears just because they're home. Vegas versus Titans. I think both teams are 0-2.
Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going Vegas. Colts and Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Me too.
What?
Bills at Dolphins.
Going with the Bills, man.
Going with
the Bills.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Lions, Vikings.
Lions.
I'm going with the Lions just because I like their head coach. Ravens, Pats. We don't go against the Pats.
Oh.
Bengals at Jets.
Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals. I don't think Joe Flacco got two more. Another one.
I almost spelled out Jets, bro.
Philly at Washington.
Philly.
Yeah, I'm going with Philly. Washington's weird. Saints at Panthers.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints. Jaguars at Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers.
This is my upset of the week. The Jaguars are going to upset the Chargers. Rams and Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals, I'll go with the Rams. Falcons and Seahawks, the Battle of the Birds. That's funny.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks because they're at home. Packers and Bucks. This is the game of the week.
I'm going with the Bucks, man.
Me too. The Packers got some issues right now.
Yeah, they're missing the powerhouse receiver.
49ers and Broncos.
Going with the 49ers.
Me too, because I have no idea what the Broncos head coach be doing. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to lose his job on purpose.
And Jimmy G out there
Right.
looking revitalized.
Hey, that's what happens. And lastly, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys, Giants in New Jersey.
What's his name, the quarterback for the Cowboys?
Rush? Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, Copper Rush?
Copper.
All right. yeah, I've got the boys. Cowboys. I'm excited.
I'm going to go with the Giants because Saquon is playing really well right now. That concludes it. We have come to the end of our show. Make sure to follow us, LCTV After the Whistle, Instagram, Mukala K, Instagram, Mr. Burton 23, Instagram. Shout out to our boxing guru, Pedro, in the back over there doing his thing. Happy birthday, Laura. I will see you this weekend. Love you, girl. It's your birthday.
Yeah, I don't think I got any birthdays.
Her birthday. She just posted her engagement video, too. She getting married.
Oh, that's dope. Congrats.
My girl getting married.
Congrats.
She off the market. I'm about to cry. Shoot. But I'm getting lit this week, and I'm just... We doing something. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We out here.